On the occasion of the 75 years of India's independence, Republic TV brings to you a special broadcast on INS Dronacharya, the premier gunnery institute of the Indian Navy. INS Dronacharya, where the greatest stories of valor of some of the finest naval warriors are etched on stone, be it the 1961 liberation of Goa or the 1971 war against Pakistan. INS Dronacharya, named after the greatest guru of India, Dronacharya, who was the vice preceptor for the warriors of the Mahabharata. This institute was commissioned on 27 November 1978 at Fort Kochi as a result of the need for a gunnery training for naval personnel after the country's partition. I am at the INS Dronacharya 75-meter short range at Kochi, where training is given to all the gunnery forces who are trained here at this very center. Approximately in every batch, 600 people are trained at this very center. Training is given for INSS 5.56, 9mm carbine as well as 9mm pistol. And in this very center, the training happens till they are well versed in using this weapon.
Ready, open, fire!
Joining me in an exclusive conversation is the commanding officer of INS Dronacharya, Commodore V.Z. Job. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to Republic. My first question to you is, what is the role of INS Dronacharya? I have seen activities happening over here. So what is the role of INS Dronacharya? How do you describe it?
Okay, Dronacharya is the Navy's center for excellence for missile warfare and gunnery. For anything to do with warfare above the surface of the sea, big or small, high-tech or low-tech, this is the place. Whether we are talking about soldiering, foot soldiering, right up to missile warfare and fleet air defense. This is the knowledge and training hub of the Navy. The training for warfighting tactics and every kind of surface weapon, warfare weapon that is used in the Navy or Coast Guard is done here. Now, what are these weapons? Both small arms as well as big guns, that is from the 9mm pistol all the way to a 100mm gun mount that is controlled by a fire control radar and a fire control computer. Surface to air missile systems that are highly complicated and sophisticated. Anti-missile defense systems. Surface to surface guided missile systems like the ones that were used against Karachi Harbour during Operation Trident in the 1971 war. It's commemorating that we celebrate the Navy Day on December 4th. And of course, we are celebrating Swarnam Vijay of that victory. Now, Dronacharya is the equivalent of the Army's Artillery School, the Infantry School, the Army Air Defense College, and the Armoured Corps training that exists in the Army, all rolled into one. We are a broad spectrum training establishment focused on one singular aim, that is, delivery of ordnance on target with precision and devastating effect. hit first, hit hard. That's our motto.
So you mentioned about drill to skill. Could you explain? I mean, I would like to know what's a typical day at INS Dronacharya like?
You know, this boisterous noise and josh of officers and sailors, trainees and staff alike, you know, playing volleyball, football and other sports. An evening round of horse riding. Does all this sound interesting enough? I would say that it's only in the armed forces that you have a job with this great combination of factors that makes it so exhilarating. You are in the service of the nation, you get up and sleep to the sounds of gunfire, you work hard, you play hard, you live in an environment that buzzes with an intense sense of loyalty and camaraderie, and all this while you reside on a lovely beachside base that echoes the sound and silence of nature in the night. If this cannot make you want to get up and rush to work in the morning, then nothing can.
You've absolutely inspired me at least to, to tell at least all the youngsters out there to look into this option. I think it's a dream job then.
I would say that there's no better job in this country than that of joining the armed forces. For all those youngsters out there.
Thank you so much. One of the important missions of the Indian Navy is to protect the sea lane of communication, a technical word which essentially means to protect the merchant ships which traverse between the Strait of Hormuz in the west to the Strait of Malacca in the east. And protecting this is done by the special team which is trained from INS Dronacharya, and this team is called as VBSS. Let's hear from them what it means to be a part of VBSS.
विजिट बोट सर्च एंड सीजर टीम एक स्पेशली ट्रेन टीम है जो भारतीय नौसेना के सभी लड़ाकू जहाज़ों के ऊपर तैनात रहते हैं। ज़रूरत पड़ने पर इन टीमों को किसी भी मर्चेंट वेसल्स के ऊपर समुद्र में VBSS ऑपरेशन के लिए डिप्लॉय किया जाता है। INS द्रोणाचार्य में केरला मैरीटाइम पुलिस, गुजरात मैरीटाइम टास्क फोर्स, फॉरेन ऑफिसर्स एंड सेलर्स ट्रेनीज, कोस्ट गार्ड और भारतीय नौसेना के VBSS टीम को थियोरेटिकल क्लासेस के साथ साथ प्रैक्टिकल ऑन रापलिंग, स्लिदरिंग, कील हाउस ट्रेनिंग, क्लोज क्वार्टर बैटल प्रैक्टिस, प्रिजनर हंटिंग प्रैक्टिस, CQB ऑपरेशंस और लाइव बोर्डिंग ऑपरेशन ऑन मर्चेंट वेसल्स आदि ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है।
Welcome on board to the simulator complex of INS Dronacharya, where sailors as well as officers are provided training on how to use simulators which are installed in various combat ships of the Navy. Let's ask the officer in charge to know how does this place function. Tell us about this simulator complex.
The simulator complex has approximately all replicas of weapon sensors which are fitted on board ships. The trainees get practical exposure, including the various threat scenarios and a real-time system behavior. They get to feel and understand the interaction between different nodes of the system and understand what will be their action during a real threat scenario, including anti-missile defense systems.
Dedication and skill to become a gunnery instructor at INS Dronacharya. to assemble a gun in less than 20 seconds and to disassemble it in a matter of few seconds is indeed a skill that needs to be earned at this very institute. And here we have the gunnery instructor himself who will tell us what it means to be somebody like that. Can you first tell me, आप बोल सकते हैं ये जो आपको जो चेन है ये क्या है, इसका मतलब क्या है?
ये जो चेन है, जब एक नॉर्मल पेटी ऑफिसर से आपको एक आई कैडर में आना है, इट इज़ कॉल्ड गनरी फॉर गनरी इंस्ट्रक्टर. माई रैंक इज़ POGI. इट इज़ स्टैंड्स फॉर पेटी ऑफिसर गनरी इंस्ट्रक्टर. ये इंस्ट्रक्टर जो पास आउट होते हैं केवल चेन उन्हीं को अवॉर्ड किया जाता है जो एक स्मॉल आर्म्स में और वेपन में क्वालिफाइड हो जाता है, सिखाने के लिए कॉम्पिटेंट हो जाता है, ताकि वो अपने जूनियर को उस लेवल पे लेके आ सके जिस लेवल जो नेवी एक्सपेक्ट करती है. दिस इज़ व्हाट फॉर.
उसके लिए कितना डेडिकेशन करना पड़ता है आपको, कितना?
उसके लिए सर यहाँ पे 3 मंथ्स का इंस्ट्रक्टर के लिए आने द्रोणाचार्य में 3 मंथ्स का कोर्स कंडक्ट होता है सर, जिसमें एक टफ रूटीन से गुजरना होता है. उसमें बहुत सारे जो नेवी के शेड्यूल्स हैं उनसे गुजरना होता है, जिसमें एक ये पार्ट भी आता है जो भी हम आपको दिखाएंगे सर, ब्लाइंड फोल्ड का. ये इसका जस्ट पार्ट, और इसके अलावा बहुत सी चीज़ें हैं जिनसे गुजरना होता है सर.
So that is what it says. To assemble a gun in less than 20 seconds is the skill, is one of the skills to be a graduate from INS Dronacharya. Joining me in a special conversation is Vice Admiral A.K. Chawla, Flag Officer, Commanding-in-Chief, Southern Naval Command. And he will speak to us about what is happening in INS Dronacharya. Thank you so much, sir, for joining with Republic. It's an absolute honor. My first question to you is, what is the role of INS Dronacharya? I have been here, I've seen so much around. The activities, the training, it's voluminous and it has got a great history, a great volumes to speak about its legacy. I want to hear from you, what is the role of INS Dronacharya?
You know, the most important thing for an armed force is to fight and win a war. And in that process, the most important part of fighting is to land your punches on the enemy. Like a boxer in the ring, you only score a point when you land your punch in the right spot on the opponent's body. Similarly, in war, the ultimate aim of any weapon platform, of any armed force, is to get the bullet on the target, to get the shell on target, to get the missile on target, to shoot down an incoming missile. So Dronacharya is the center of training our people in the art of fighting and winning wars on the surface of the waters, which is one of the most important dimensions of naval warfare. You are aware that naval warfare is multidimensional, and the first and most important dimension is the surface warfare. So Dronacharya is the establishment which trains our officers and sailors in gunnery and missile warfare, not just in how to fire the weapons, but to ensure that they hit the target, and also to ensure that they use the weapons and the sensors that they have along with that intelligently in a manner which maximizes their fighting efficiency. So that is the central role of Dronacharya. And in short, this is the establishment which trains our people to fight and win wars at sea.
You were speaking about warfare. In the context of modern warfare, how is the training imparted at various levels at INS Dronacharya?
You know, the essence of any armed force is discipline. So Dronacharya starts with that facet, drill and discipline, because you know drill leads to discipline, it leads to uniformity, it leads to a mindset where the personnel will obey orders implicitly in battle, even at the peril of their own life. So it starts with that basic fact, and then it goes on to train people in various weapon systems that we have, the guns, the surface to surface missiles, the surface to air missiles, the various radars that are associated with this weapon system, small arms, from SLRs to light machine guns to HMGs to sniper rifles. The entire variety of arms training is carried out here in Dronacharya, and this is done not just through classroom training, but more importantly with a large amount of practical training associated with it, which we call drill to skill. So we ensure that it's not just that they have the theoretical background, but because of all these weapon systems that you see out here, the radars, the gun systems, we have got many inside the buildings out there, many emulators, simulators, most of them now made in India. All these are used to actually get the trainees to get a hands-on feel as to what the actual weapon system on a ship, or the sensor, the radar on which he will sit, will look like. So it is a combination of basic drill, of advanced theoretical training, and of a whole lot of practical training, so that when they leave from here and join their ships and units, they are almost ready to operate those expensive weapons and sensors and the deadly missile systems and guns that will be under their charge.
Admiral, you spoke about the Atmanirbhar initiative made in India. In this context, how do you see the future of INS Dronacharya?
The future is going to be challenging. The future will see weapon systems at sea, will see missiles and sensors on board ships at sea, getting more and more sophisticated, having longer ranges, becoming more deadly and more accurate. And therefore, as a first step for the future, we need to keep in pace with the technology developments that are happening in the gunnery and missile systems and their sensors, and ensure that Dronacharya remains at the forefront and trains our people extensively and absolutely to the last dot in how to operate these expensive systems. We are standing here in Dronacharya. Dronacharya has been a key establishment which has played a very important role in victory in all the wars that we have fought since independence at sea. In particular, I would like to remind our viewers of the 1971, the December attack in December 1971 on Karachi, where our missile boats carried out a devastating attack on the enemy's assets and dealt a lethal blow to his morale. The training was carried out here. It was here that the people were trained who carried out those attacks. In the future also, we will find that the sailors and officers trained at Dronacharya will be at the forefront of any war. Therefore, this year is of special significance, the 50th year of our victory, Swarnim Vijay Varsh in the 1971 war. As you rightly said, it is also a happy coincidence that it is the 75th year of our independence as we celebrate that feat as well. And I think I would like to assure the viewers that we remain committed in the Indian Navy to defending the integrity and sovereignty of our country at the cost of a life if required. And on this occasion, I would like to wish your viewers a very, very happy Swarnim Vijay Varsh and a 75th year of independence. Jai Hind.
For the first time on national television, what you saw is the firing of AK-726, the 72.6 mm gun which has been fired from INS Dronacharya in Kochi. We are at the gun grid at INS Dronacharya, where several guns, most of them are mounted on important war vessels of the Indian Navy. And here we will speak to the expert to know what does it mean, what are these weapons for, and what is its utility and how they are used. Joining me is Lieutenant Commander Abhishek Pandey, who will speak to us about these weapons. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for joining. First question to you is could you tell us what these weapons are in INS Dronacharya? How is it used, and more details about it?
So the gun grid houses many weapons of artillery caliber which are fitted on Indian naval as well as Coast Guard warships. It includes medium range to close range gun mounts and provides training on loading, unloading, firing of the weapon, misfire drills, and other safety procedures. These weapons include and caters for variety of threats, starting from air targets, surface threats, as well as any asymmetric threat which comes on our way at sea.
So this particular gun, this is an AK-630, correct?
Correct.
And it's a 30 mm?
Correct.
Okay. So how, where is this particular gun used?
This is AK-630. It is 30 mm 6-barrel gun mount, which is used for close range engagements of target. It is also effective against an incoming missile threat and used on approximately all platforms of Indian Navy, starting from destroyer till corvettes.
That's very interesting. And let's move on to the next one. So I believe this is AK-726, right? So compared to AK-630, how is it different and what are its capabilities?
The AK-726 is 76.2 mm medium range gun. It's a twin barrel gun mount and came into commission with the arrival of Kashin class destroyers, which came in 1980s and got commissioned into the Indian Naval Service. They are used against anti-air as well as surface threats. They can also be exploited for shore bombardments, providing naval gunfire support.
INS Dronacharya has a voluminous history, a history that is unparalleled. And joining me in the special broadcast is the curator of the Indian Naval Maritime Museum, Gerard George Joseph, who will speak to us about the entire history of Dronacharya and especially the gunnery. Thank you so much, sir, for joining the Republic. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. So during the Second World War, the Japanese came up to Burma. So the British suspected they might come to Kochi also, and they constructed these two bunkers to safeguard their arms and ammunition. But Japanese did not come this side, and Navy found it difficult to demolish it. So in 2001, Rear Admiral Kripal Singh converted this into two phases of Maritime Museum. Here we have the first phase where we showcase more about Kerala history, and there we have the second phase where we showcase more about Indian Navy. These two missiles are called surface-to-surface missiles. The first one here we call it P-15, and the second one is P-21. These two are Russian-made. This was actually used by Indian Navy to destroy Karachi port during 1971 Indo-Pak operation. And Vice Admiral E.C. Kurula was the fleet commander of that particular squadron. And Vice Admiral E.C. Kurula targeted Karachi port because Karachi is the headquarters of Pakistan Navy. Besides, all the Pakistani naval ships are centered around Karachi port. And the day Karachi port was devastated, we celebrate that day every year as a Navy Day.
As I stand outside the gates of INS Dronacharya, with ready to leave, I'm taking back lots of memories with me. Here, I will always remember that I have been with men stomping feet, digging heels. I've seen blazing guns and men with zeal. Here at INS Dronacharya, I've seen men who breathe and live their life with a sole motto: Kuru Prahara Prathame, hit first, hit hard. I'm leaving with a firm belief that with such premier institutions of defense, the future of our country is safe. With video journalist Mani S. from INS Dronacharya Kochi, Ashwin Nandakumar for Republic TV. Jai Hind.